Hi everybody, this is Chuck. I'm in the neighborhood of Baoan Macrobiotic up in Son Tra on the peninsula in DaNang. And I'm up here shooting video for my video on the neighborhoods of DaNang. And like I said, this is Son Tra, north of the, on the peninsula, north on the peninsula. And I don't know, the air's not perfectly clean right now, but you can maybe see the outline of Son Tra Mountain back there, Monkey Mountain. Anyway, that's where I am. The beach is that way, about 300 meters. And the river is that way, about 300 meters. Maybe more, I don't know. I think it might be a kilometer wide here, so 300 and 700 meters, anyway. Okay, so I'm having fun shooting this. So have fun watching it, and please subscribe, please share it, please like it. Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye. Min. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Baoan Macrobiotic Restaurant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love this place.
Food vegetarian. No MHE. No seasoning.
Good, good. Son Tra. I lived up here for 35 months from 2018 to 2021. I lived just under Koreatown. I lived on the 5th floor of a walk-up with no elevator. My neighborhood was pretty tight, meaning that all of the space was filled in, but the neighborhood has a small footprint. It was easy to walk out of my neighborhood and explore bigger open spaces on foot or on moto. I made 182 videos on DaNang between 2018 and 2021. It's a pretty good record of the city and surrounding areas. Now I'm getting more into the nitty-gritty of what it means to be here. As I wander these streets up here looking at these townhouses and stunning gardens, I kind of miss the quiet and sparse living density of Son Tra. I am now living on the southern edge of On Tung down in New Hon Son. The reason I selected that this time around is because I spent almost all of my time down there before. I would go down there for coffee with friends, I would go down there for dinner with Swanee, I would go down there for Latte Mart or Mega Mart. I was always hauling grocery loads up the peninsula. Now I am close to Mega and Latte. Practically, they are just across the river. Wandering through this video with you, I am reminded of the newness and cleanliness of the northern and northish sections of Son Tra. If you saw my construction techniques video, my Vietnamese construction techniques video, you saw the Viets use a ferro-concrete frame and infill the walls with a single layer of brick, and then put 2 coats of render on the outside and inside if they are not going to tile the walls. I have seen homes with the walls veneered in marble. They are spectacular. The Viet tile and rendering craftsmen are super talented and skilled. They take a brick and concrete shell and turn it into a razor-sharp abode. And it's pretty easy to spot the older houses. They have wood frame windows and wood frame doors. and the later versions of construction used aluminum or vinyl. My building in Koreatown had vinyl doors and vinyl door frames and vinyl windows on the outside. Inside they were wood and beautiful and heavy, actually.
Doesn't this just have a nice feel to it? I mean, DaNang has just this wonderful feel to it. Just amazing.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning of the modern era in DaNang, and specifically in Hai Chau. When the war ended in 1975, the DaNangians decided it was a good idea to start an architecture school here. So the DaNang University of Architecture was born, DUA for short. The graduating students immediately went to work building DaNang, and DaNang has benefited from the school being here. Hai Chau, which the locals speaking English call Center, was built beginning in the late 70s and continued on through the 80s and 90s. Somewhere in there, Hai Chau filled up and the city started to move south and east. Hai Chau is really fun, super dense, high energy, and you can find just about anything here. Have you seen my videos? Watch all my videos. You'll see what you can find here, please. The city is comprised mostly of what are called shop houses, in which the business owners keep their shops on the first floor and their residences above. Interspersed are small hotels everywhere and markets of every kind. I have seen many small markets shoehorned into small neighborhoods here. Those are super fun to explore, looking for great tomatoes, dragon fruit, mangoes. Okay, let's continue this. The energy in Hai Chau is great fun. It's crowded, it hustles, everybody is on the move, but with that comes 500,000 motorbikes and the shitty air that comes from that number of concentrated exhaust pipes spewing into a smallish area. I was on Ong Ik Kiem one day, and the pack of motos, combined with the tight street, the still air, the oppressive summer heat and humidity, actually made me begin to pant because those small engines just sucked all of the oxygen out of the air in that immediate location. Hai Chau is great fun to visit, but I don't want to live there. Hai Chau is also undergoing a renovation of sorts around the stadium. It appears that the shop houses on the same block as the stadium are being torn down. If you are there, go walk around that block. I saw a really cool piece of architecture on the road that leads back from Indochine Tower, and I thought I should go video that so I can share it with the world, and by the time I got back to it, it was gone. That was a real bummer. It taught me to shoot now, even if it's just with my phone. Stop my moto, make the effort, get it documented. I wonder if this demolition around the stadium is a sad thing, or if they will be replaced with something grander, more modern. And it also makes me wonder if the stadium will be torn down. There is a new giant stadium south of town. I suppose I should follow football. I just don't have time. And I've never followed football, so that would be a huge thing for me to do. Another cool thing about Hai Chau are the alleys and hidden tiny streets that slice up the mega blocks of buildings. Now we are talking intimate neighborhoods. Now we are talking intimate neighbors. I am thinking my way through how to make that video soon. That sounds like a fun project, actually. When I look at the shop houses, I can imagine really excellent apartments on the floors above. Do the watch seller and the tool shop owner live in spectacular flats reminiscent of a Playboy pad featured in the March 1983 edition? Probably not. If I have learned anything here, it's that the Viets live way below their means. They tend to be more utilitarian than flashy. I have been in some beautiful houses, however. Welcome to the burbs. The farther south we come down the river road on the peninsula, the more suburban it becomes. If you drew a 3-kilometer diameter circle on the map with Megamart at the 10 o'clock position, you will contain almost all burbs. I'm not saying all of the burbs, because you'll find those up in Son Tra, desirable, and further out up in Lien, Chieu to the northwest of the city, too far away. But the burbs I can see myself living in, and we are trying to figure out what neighborhoods are reasonable, right? This section of video is to show you what the area around Lin Visa's house is like. It's burbs, man, and if you've been here more than a month and have done a border run with Lin, then you've been here. Notably, we will find the typical side-by-side row houses here, but some spectacular homes as well. Okay, so I'm heading into Lien Chieu, which is one of the big districts in DaNang, and it's part of my video on DaNang neighborhoods. So let's go check this out and see how dense it is. had no idea this was here. Okay, I did get gas, so I'm not worried about that, but I want to see where I am. Because I do eventually need to follow a track back to my neighborhood. Okay, maps, let's see where we are. Push that. I'm there. Oh, I'm right behind the Japanese. Oh, that's that thing right there. That's that big Mikazuki Japanese resort that's facing the bay. To the left. Okay, so here's the road I'm on. That's right there in front of me. So I can jump on that, see where I can go. Yeah, I can just stay on that almost all the way down. Okay, I'll check it again, I'm sure. Lien Chieu is worth exploring some more. My real experience up here is always on the Bay Road. I have rarely, if ever, dipped into the neighborhoods up here. What I am discovering is that the northern reaches are not very dense. The air is clean because the weather always comes from the bay, and it's super beautiful. There are some river systems to explore. See my video on Chieu River System. And the beaches are gorgeous and somewhat pristine. You have to explore and discover them. The biggest problem is that they are so far away from everything. The other thing is that the closer you get to the center and the farther away from the bay, the denser it gets and the worse the air will be generally. You can see the trajectory of this road on my phone. It pulls us away from the bay. This ride we are doing today is 8.9 kilometers down this highway, and it barely gets us back into center. I will show you this. It's kind of fun. Enjoy. So this is kind of a cool area. In here, the Lien Chieu. So I'm going to follow this around and then just keep going. This is cool. I don't think I've ever been on this road before. Okay, so density and dirty air are really problematic. The beaches are amazing and almost always have clean air. We have some shitty air days, but not many. The best place to live is Beachside Peninsula. Find the Firama Resort on the beach and go 3 miles to the north. it's a great place to start. You can come, rent a moto, and go exploring. Take some Vietnamese classes, make some local friends, and relax. Cheers.
School letting out. Crazy.
I am Chuck Myntti. Welcome to Vietnam.